8. There should be 3 groups of 7 and 1 group of 8. Ready to go.
Oh, bam. Bam.
So let's do not open these envelope things yet. Don't open it yet. We're 8. Don't open it yet.
Here, I'll go with that.
Put your back into it.
I don't know. I didn't know if someone else.
Is everybody in a group?
Thank you. I like your dress. Or
Okay.
shirt. I wear it as a
Okay, it's class. I know it's a long day. Alright. We are going to play a little game to start off with. I know it's a little different from what we normally do in math today, but this game is called Time Scramble. And before you guys open up your envelope things, there's some rules. One is you can't do more than 3 tasks at a time. So you can't do any more than 3. You have to be safe. Watch out for your classmates. It can get intense. Have fun. And move quick. You have 2 minutes to complete as many things on your list as you can. The most points that you get, or the winner will be whoever has the most points at the end. Go.
All right, let's do this.
Oh my God!
Do a lot. All right. I'll do.
Oh my God! You can't do more than 3 tasks at one time.
Sing a song together. All right, find out what you need about each person. That's not many points. How old would Andy be before I needed it? All right, goals are points. Convincing them that another team is winning.
Hey, you should join our team because we're wrong! We have lots of points already.
Make a tower out of
Oh, 1 minute
We have to have
Our tower is the biggest!
Okay.
Our tower is the biggest!
Take a selfie. Yep.
Make a selfie with Fred!
Okay. So
That's awesome! I love it.
okay.
Rebuilding the class, shall we? Yes.
Ready?
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Alright,
What the hell is happening?
totally tower.
I don't know who's all my stuff.
Alright, I need you guys to add up your points really quickly. You have 30 seconds. Do you have some answers?
Oh, this is somebody's.
Do you guys have your answers?
Madeline did.
That's mine. No?
Yeah.
90. You guys have 80 back there? 50. 50. Okay, so I want to know how everybody went about doing this. Did you look for how many points everything was and start with that?
Yeah.
Or did you do all the simpler tasks that were 5 points?
We did. We started with the biggest amount of points.
Biggest points?
Yes.
Tell me what your group doing.
We kind of broke up tasks for each member of the group.
Okay. Assign everybody's things. You went straight down, started at one.
That one that sounded fun.
Okay. What about you guys back there? Taylor, Kelly?
I don't know what
You just go back there. I am kind of surprised. Did anybody do the Toy Story one?
Yeah.
How'd you guys do it?
Madeline just while we were doing other things.
So you looked it up?
No.
I was surprised nobody came to ask me what the age was.
I didn't know we could.
I guess 22. 22 was anything. I would have probably accepted it because that's what I thought originally too. He is our age-ish. Because the third movie, yeah, okay. That would make me go off on a tangent. Okay. So, this is a way of how you use your time wisely. In 7 Habits that you read in one of your English classes, you read that you can do an experiment with the rocks in the sand and how many rocks you can put in, or how much stuff you can fill a container with, which depending on how you went about it first. So if you put the sand in and then try to fit the rocks on, it didn't work as well as if you put the bigger rocks on and the sand on top. So that's what I was trying to get you guys to do here with the little exploration of the game. Some ways to learn how to manage your time. I know you 7th graders have a crazy schedule, your head is everywhere, but we're going to try to get you guys organized. So one way to stay organized is to prioritize your events that are going on. So if you guys would like to take out your planners or make a mental note of this stuff, just think about what you have going on for the rest of the day, maybe tomorrow, what you have going on, and mentally make a list and try to prioritize it so that you have the most important things in the first spot and the least important things in the last spot. So kind of just think about what you have going on. You can put them in little columns from 1 to 3, 1 being the most important, 3 being the least important. Next, you want to be thinking about how much time everything is going to take you, how much time and energy to know how much time you need to save for that. Next, you want to incorporate some relaxation time. I know in your history class, sometimes you do a lot of reading. You don't want to jump in right into do math. You need to give yourself time to think about what you just read. So give yourself a 5-10 minute break between doing homework assignments. And I know a lot of you guys like to go on Facebook. If you're going to give 10 minutes to go on Facebook, it's probably a good idea to set an alarm so you don't go over that 10 minutes. I know it's hard and you get distracted on YouTube and Facebook and all that fun stuff. But if you set an alarm, it's an easy reminder that you need to get back on task. The next thing that you should be thinking about when doing time management is flexibility. You have to allow for those times and changes that might happen in your schedule. So if you make your schedule so that you can have a little leeway on when things happen, that's always a good idea. And then the last thing that you should think about is a floating task. Does anybody know what a floating task might be? Yeah?
Maybe one that you know you have to complete in the future, but can't be done at this time.
Okay. Something that might be done in the future.
A task that really doesn't have a time constraint on it, like you don't have it done by a certain time. So it kind of just like floats in the air, like it gets pushed aside.
Sort of.
Something that's never done, like for instance, setting aside time to brush your teeth. You will always need to brush your teeth. I mean, that's not a good example.
I think we're getting a little far from what it is. I'll take one more.
Where you set time aside just in case you don't get to something.
Something to save on time.
Something to save on. Okay, then we're getting close. So it's like if you take the bus home, and your bus ride is a half-an-hour ride home, which it can be at sometimes, you can take out your history book and do some reading, or your English book and do some reading. If you're sitting in a dentist's office waiting for your appointment, you can take out your flashcards and go through some vocabulary words for your science class. That is a floating task. So it's something that you can bring with you and do on downtime when you're waiting for an appointment or getting off the bus, something like that. So it's something is thought. And then for you guys that have done in your history class, the color inventory. I know you blues, you like to say yes to everything. It is okay to say no. You have to keep your priorities in mind. So if your friends want to go to the movies and it doesn't allow for that on your schedule that you made, you can say no. They'll still be there for you, I promise. And you yellows, it's okay not to be perfect all the time. I know some of you like to rewrite your assignments so that it's more legible, but I can read it just fine the first time, so you don't have to be perfect all the time. The last thing that I want you guys to do is take a look at this worksheet that I have handed out to you guys. It's on the back. This is a little way for you to see where your time is going. So if you guys can get this out and kind of go through a couple of them, one thing I want you to notice is what's different from the first 3 and the last 7. Does anybody notice the difference? Yeah.
Days versus weeks.
Days versus weeks. How can we mathematically change days versus weeks? Say it again, yeah?
Multiply by 7.
Yeah, you can multiply by 7 so that everything is in weeks. At the very end, I'm going to kind of rush you guys on this a little bit. At the very end, you're going to add them all up and see how many hours you spend doing these tasks in a week. So if you can kind of go through that quickly and just try to estimate. It doesn't have to be perfect. All right, I'm going to stop you guys. You guys can finish this at the last part of class. But I just want to let you guys know this last, very bottom line is where you're going to take 168 minus what your total number is. Does anybody know where 168 would come from? Really?
The hours in a week.
How many hours are in a week? So if you take 168 minus your number, that should give you how many are left over. How many hours are left over in your day, or in your week? And that should be going towards your study time. I know a lot of you are shocked by that. I myself was too, because you don't think that you have that much time. But in reality, if you look at how you manage your time, you can adjust for that too. So for the rest of the hour, you guys can finish this up. We are going to do a review packet, and I want you to work on that and get any late missing assignments done, and use your time wisely for the rest of the class. Thank you.